Good day,
Wow.
Brutal Planet listeners. This is Eric Peterson in Salt Lake City, and today we are joined by the one and only Anders Engberg. How are you doing today, Ander?
I'm really good. Saturday afternoon here in Sweden, and yeah, it's good. It's a good day. I'm going into town to have a few beers later, so yeah,
Nice,
all good.
nice. How so things are pretty good over there. How is the
Yeah, we have
situation?
no restrictions left here, so it's just the restrictions that are left are the ones that when you feel you have a cold, you should stay home, and that kind of you know more like common sense
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But all restaurants and movie theaters and arenas, everything is open now. So,
nice,
so yeah,
nice. Well, the last time we talked officially, you guys were getting ready to release Lamenting of the Innocent.
yeah,
We were knee
yeah,
knee deep in quarantine, and you guys
yeah.
pulled off an amazing launch for that album.
Yeah, we tried, our very best. We felt like we didn't want to, hold on to the album until whenever this pandemic was over. For us, it would have been old if we released it like 2 years or now, 1.5,
Yeah,
2 years later. That would be, we would already be tired of it. We talked with a record company about it, but we decided to release it and. Instead of waiting, we started writing a new one, the fourth upcoming album. So we focused on that and some other things, of course. Yeah.
so I mean, in reality, it was a big step for a lot of bands, including you guys, to learn about ways of alternate marketing your album. What did you guys learn from that, basically?
I don't know. I mean, we went into shock. I think the whole world for a year or something before anything. We tried to. We had a live stream. Three band concert also that would try to make sure that people knew that we existed. If you can't see the band, they don't exist. Is kind of
Yeah,
more that thing. But and we try to stay in touch with all the people through the social medias too, as good as we can. But it's been hard. It's just now, when we close towards the new year and 2022, when all the festivals that we've been booked on for 2 years now, and now it's the third time around, and it's look like they're really gonna happen now. So
yeah.
it's easier now when the restriction is down and everything, so it's easier to see the end of the light in the tunnel, so to
Uh-huh.
speak.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
but
mean,
it was hard, it was hard for us to reach out.
your YouTube party for your release of the album was great. I mean, there was commentary, there was swag giveaways, there was live performances. Do you think that set a new standard for your releases in the future?
Maybe we would do something, maybe not in that. It was quite big, 2
Yeah.
hours or something. We did that, and maybe we should look into that again, because we have a lot of fans over in the States, and how can we bring them in? And I think people has gotten used to this kind of communication also with bands now. So I think it's a great way, exactly as you and I speak here. We can
Yeah.
speak with fans and integrate more, which is good, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but we haven't planned anything, or we'll see what happens.
as far as like release parties and stuff, I think it's great, especially if you're doing like a release party, even if it's a live show in Stockholm or something, to be able to have, over here, those people who can't attend it to be able to be a part of that, even on a YouTube stream,
Yeah,
that would be amazing. And I think that's
yeah,
missed out. We missed out on that a lot before all of this. But now
yeah.
I would love to see something like that integrated in the future for a lot of us.
Yeah, yeah, and I think so. I mean, it's not only the kind of live stream stuff, but that you record more stuff that you put out, on
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
to connect. And I mean, we're getting used to having images come along with the sound, so to speak.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think that is important in the future.
And I think the other thing that I noticed with you guys that made it successful for you was you guys were constantly on your social medias, just pushing, 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 which was
Yeah.
great because, like you said, if you don't see the band, you don't think that they're around.
No, exactly. It was super important for us. So we actually scheduled, a posting schedule for all in the band to uh,
Yeah.
take turns to post stuff, on Insta and on Facebook. And that's the two medias where we've been most, and YouTube, of course. But we haven't been on Twitter that much, and I think it's enough. There is not, it's not time. There's no time for
No.
another social media. We need to get some to do it for us in that case, But
Yeah. I
it's
feel
a lot
you
of energy
because
to stay on point all the time.
yeah, I feel you because running this publication, it's hard for myself because I concentrate a lot on the Facebook aspect, but I dabble in the Instagram a little bit. But I mean, going to Twitter and all those other ones, that's just so hard.
And I mean, also when you see, when you look at on the subscribing point, also on the followers. I mean, we are huge compared to YouTube and Insta on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah,
Almost 22,000 followers on Facebook, and Insta is just a couple of thousand, 2,500 or something,
yeah,
and YouTube that we're working on, we're trying to boost that, and we're up on like 550 or something.
yeah.
So it's hard to break through,
It
but
is.
we're determined to make a stand. And maybe these last couple of the songs we made can make it for us,
Yeah, yeah.
to punch through. Um,
Well, I mean, talking about punching through, I mean, in addition to everything else going on, you guys have your own beer now.
yes, exactly. I'm actually having one right now.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So it's a Royal Epic Doom Dark Lager. It's more like a darkish kind of beer with a lot of taste, but it's really nice. I'm afraid it's only here in Sweden, so you can't buy it anywhere else. But I
Okay.
guess you can import it somehow. But it's a small, brewery down south in Sweden that's made it together with us. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, that's also a way, to punch through and do something else, not only write about the music that you do all the time, because you need to widen the aspects of promotion, I think.
So the how appropriate that it is a it's a dark beer.
It's
Yeah. To
the
go with
thing is
Sorcerer, the dark
yeah,
band.
well, yeah, that's cool. But the thing is, we wanted to do a regular lager, but to be able to, we have in Sweden, you can't buy beer at a grocery store. You have to go to a special place
Oh, okay.
called Systembolaget where liquor is sold.
Uh-huh.
And you have to be 20, you have to show ID and everything there. And to be able to put your beer on the shelf there, you need to adapt to the other beer varieties in the store. So they won't only take lager. They need a variety of beers, and this was a chance for us to break in and get on the shelves. We need to sell like 600 bottles to get up there. So if any Swedes are watching this,
Yes.
go and order it from the
Yes.
1st of November. It's out. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
And
that's
then
cool.
so I was going to ask you, have you guys actually have you got to play any live music from the last album at all?
No,
No. Okay.
if we don't count the live stream that we
Yeah.
had, I
Yeah.
mean, but we haven't played any new songs. But we actually got a gig in Poland here in December.
Nice.
So that's the first show we do since 2019,
Wow.
February 2019. So yeah,
Wow. So
in front of people.
how is 2022 looking for you guys as far as gigs? And are you confirmed for
Really
any
good.
festivals?
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, we got four quite big festivals booked that's going to happen. I mean, the biggest one is Hellfest in Paris.
Yeah.
It's a huge one with 350 bands, and every band that's something is there, playing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's really cool. And Sweden Rock Festival here in Sweden is pretty big, and also Rock Hard Festival in Germany. And then we play in Madrid, first time in Spain actually, on a festival called Pounding Metal. So that's cool. And this gig we do in Poland, I don't know the name of the town. It's Golenio or something like that. But it's a club called Rock Hard Ride Free, I think,
Oh,
that we're
okay.
doing. And then we're looking on doing a mini tour connected to the spring shows, festivals, spring summer festivals in middle of mid Europe, somewhere Germany, Belgium,
Yeah.
Holland, and also one a little bit longer two-week tour in the end of the year. So that's about what we can manage right now. And we're, as I told you before, we're writing on album number 4. So it's a lot of things happening here.
So
So
when you mentioned the writing on the new album,
mhm.
is it going to be a concept kind of like the last one?
I don't think so. We don't
Okay.
know yet because we're in the in the beginning of it,
Okay.
and I talked with the other guys and we discussed this because we have some topics that we would love to write about, but doing two conceptual albums in a row. I don't know if that's what we're looking for. We have
Yeah.
just signed a new deal with Metal Blade for 3 albums, so
Nice.
who knows in the future what the future will bring. But I think for my part, and I'm just one guy in the
Yeah.
band, but for my part, I would like to write independent songs like the two first albums,
Yeah.
instead. We'll see. Nothing is written in stone. So.
Yesterday, you guys released a single of a Black Sabbath cover, "When Death Calls," from their
Mhm.
1989 album "Headless Cross." What drove you to choose that particular song and record it and release it?
Well, I can't really tell the whole concept why we choose, but I can tell you how we came to do that song.
Okay.
But I mean, we just released Gate of Babylon also,
Uh
and
huh.
this is the second single. So what the future will hold, I will keep a secret so far. But we were five guys in a band, and also we have a shadow member, the founder member, our bass player from the beginning. He's writing music also, and is a big influence in the band, Johnny Hagel.
Hmm.
And we voted, actually. Everyone had to say 4 songs because we wanted to do covers, and we were talking about doing rearrange a pop song or whatever, but in the end we felt that we couldn't find the ones we found that we wanted to do was already done like 15 times by
Yeah.
others. So
Yeah.
so and actually it started like this. We said to each other, we have a rehearsal room, so we bought a thing for our drummer, a very very neat recording kit for the drummer,
Okay.
and we said, let's do like live versions of a couple of songs that we really enjoy. That's how it started.
Okay.
And we voted and came up with these 2 songs, and I don't know, maybe more.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
and when we started recording, we recorded the drums in the rehearsal room. And when we added all the instruments and the arrangements and everything, it sounded fucking awesome.
Hmm.
And we didn't want to release like a live thing with the drums sounded good, but not studio good.
Yeah.
So we decided to put the files that we recorded into the hands of our mixing guy, Ronnie Björnström, and he could make them sound really, really good. And after that, we decided, well, let's do this for real then. Let's
Yeah.
release them and do a couple of videos and talk to the label. Do they want to, be a part of this? And yeah, and here we are. They
Well,
sound fucking awesome.
yeah, they do. They do. And I want you to tell people about the tweet of confidence you guys got too.
Yeah, yeah, that was amazing. Somehow the Black Sabbath fan page, I think, caught on that we released when Death Calls here, and they tweeted it, and Mr. Tony Iommi, the Doom Father himself, he retweeted it. So that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that is
And I
really
think
cool.
he also tagged a couple of members from the lineup, Tony Martin
Oh
and
yeah.
tagged. So, I mean, that was huge. And I think, you know, people can say what they want, making covers of old songs, but for us, we we feel that these songs that we recorded are, a big part of where we come from,
Yeah.
and we wanted to show our fans what kind of music, why we sound as we do today. So I mean, it's a big difference from the demo tapes in the 80s, in the end of the 80s, 90s. We have different musicians. We're matured a lot, so there's a lot to look back on. Music wise
Hmm.
and influential stuff. So I think we thought it was time now to pay respect to our favorite music.
Yeah. For me, as a fan of your guys's, I think it's fun for me to hear what you guys think is important to you guys. You know what I mean? I mean, we all have our influences, but it's cool to hear what has influenced you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's, we've also done some interviews around the song. So we released one for just minutes before we hooked up here.
Yeah.
We released an interview with me and Peter, one of the guitar players, Peter Holgren, and me talking about why we choose and what we feel about this song. So that's interesting. I think people will like that too. It's going to go up on our YouTube channel and people can see it over and over again,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
They
And
want to
well,
see it more than one time. Yeah.
so you touched on the Rainbow cover, but you guys released the Gates of Babylon,
Yeah.
and it was probably the same kind of a deal where you just with the other song, correct?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Gates of Babylon was rearranged much further than we took When Death Calls. I mean, we wanted to make them sound sorcerish,
Hmm.
the way we would have written them or performed them. That's the whole idea of it. And
Yeah.
people can get pissed, why didn't you play Brian May's solo or whatever, or Richard Blackmore's solo? But it's not about that. It's
No.
about how we interpret the song and make it our own,
Yeah.
even though it's not our song from the beginning. So that's the whole point of it. And I mean, doing Gates of Babylon was close to heart because in the beginning we did Stargazer. On the second demo in '92, we did Stargazer version of that, and Rainbow, I think, is the major influence along with Black Sabbath in our music. That
Yeah.
kind of Dio era, both lyrically and melody wise. It's a huge impact on what we do.
I think the nice part about it too is some of the younger people that may have never or may have heard of Black Sabbath but never heard of this era Black Sabbath
Yeah.
has a chance to rediscover some of that.
Yeah, and that's if they do, I think it's fantastic because I fucking love that period, man.
Yeah.
And from when Tony Martin came from nowhere, I think he played with Cozy Powell in Talisman or whatever the band was called before, and had some own kind of band, and he just popped up from nowhere and had that amazing voice that he had, and he's been a huge impact on me, and I met him a couple of times actually, so that's
Nice.
nice. Yeah. I
And
backed him at a gig here in Stockholm not too long ago.
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it was fun.
I mean, even like Rainbow, people may have know Dio, Ronnie James Dio. Everybody
Yeah,
knows Dio. Even the young kids know Dio, but they might not have known where he came from. Which is a great way to segue people into to listening to Rainbow.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, that guy was a monster. I had the opportunity to meet and tour with him also
Yeah.
back in the 2000 millennium, and it was great with my old band Lionshare, and you know uh, such great musicians from that time period. It makes you wonder what's going to happen when they all fall out of the picture. What will be
Yeah.
left? It's
Yeah.
I can't see anyone uh, going up and take Black Sabbath's cape, and it's hard to see any follow-ups on that one.
Yeah, yeah. At this point, there may not need to be a follow-up. They kind of set the groundwork for it, so it
Yeah.
may be what it is,
It's
you know?
Yeah, things change also, of course. I mean, there's new music coming out all the time, and
Hmm.
in styles. We're stuck in this
Yeah,
warp
yeah,
of the 80s and 90s and the 70s, and that's where we want to be. We mix in some new stuff, some growls, and some other stuff, and it will surely be some new stuff on the new album too that people haven't heard us do. But we try to stay focused and in the vein of where we were once, and
yeah.
incorporate some cool new stuff. That's our goal.
So there may or may not be some more covers throughout the rest of 2021.
My lips are sealed.
Okay. All right. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
We'll just
Or
have to wait and see.
maybe people see a pattern here. I don't know, but
I
you
mean,
know,
maybe I'll start the rumor that you guys are gonna do a Christmas album.
Christmas album. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, there's people that tried it. Rob Halford, for God's sakes, he
Yeah.
wanted to do a Christmas album. I heard he's actually doing a blues album now. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's what I heard. I heard.
I don't know. Is he the father of blues? I think he's the father of metal. Should
Yeah. Yeah.
say in that. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I don't think you will see us doing any kind of that. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I appreciate your time, Anders, and it's been great to talk about some of this new stuff that you guys have out
Mhm.
already. And I think it's really important for people to check out you guys and go to sorcererdoom.com for some amazing merch because you I've bought some merch from you guys and you guys have amazing merch.
Yeah, we try to accommodate the metal fans out there.
And for me, the one of the funnest things I got was the video version of Lamenting of the Innocent with the DVD that has the
Yeah.
videos associated with it. I love that part of it. So
That was a lot of work. It won't happen again in the near future.
I can only
That was
imagine
a
how
lot of
much
work.
work it was. But
But it was cool. It was also another take on how to promote the band, and that was a huge effort to make that happen. 4 different locations and people and lights, and what it was very hard work, but
yeah,
I think it was worth it. I mean, it's really nice. And
yeah.
this guy from Heavy Groove Media, Daniel Wahlström, he's so talented. And what we like about his kind of videos is that they're old school. There's
Hmm.
no CGI, there's no green screen or anything. It's just people acting and us standing there, looking like idiots. But yeah,
Well, what it does is it makes you interpret it in your own way and not throw it right in your face.
yeah, exactly. Instead of
Yeah,
standing up on a high rise or whatever, and flames
exactly,
are burning all over.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Maybe we'll do that also, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I appreciate your time, and like I said, everybody go check out your web store because it's amazing, and check out their new album, and check out the two new singles. So,
Okay, cool. Cheers, guys.
cheers.